Standing room only crowd inside and outside of Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Time for tonight's Honda starting goaltender. Sergei Bobrovsky and the Panthers' 6-game winning streak snapped on Wednesday in Game 4, but he allowed just 2 goals, a number he has limited Toronto to in all 4 games of this series. Joseph Woll carried a shutout for 52 minutes in his first career playoff start. In the end, allowed a single goal, became the 8th goalie in NHL history to win his first career playoff win for a team facing elimination.
Yeah, and that was a tight game at the very end. Hold on to a 1-goal lead, and the scrum at the end saw Mitch Marner, the former Memorial Cup teammate with the London Knights, of that guy, Matthew Tkachuk, giving him a little punch to the beak a couple of times there. Tone being set, but you can imagine here, this will be a disciplined hockey game, especially early on.
Panthers lead the series 3-1. They get a second chance to knock off the Maple Leafs. Toronto looking to become just the 5th team in NHL history to climb out of a 3-0 hole. Toronto controls the puck in the opening minutes of play. Yarncroft, Marner, Matthews for the Leafs with Riley and Shen. Bennett, Cousins, Tkachuk with Montour and Stahl. Here's Marner with a shot and a blocker save by Bobrovsky. A good look for Mitch Marner right out of the chute.
Well, that's where he is very dangerous. The third man high in the offensive zone.
For just 3 points in his last 5 games after he had 11 points in his first 5 games of this postseason. Kerfoot stood up by Ekblad at the red line. Duclair trying to get it deep, and he is tied up there by Kerfoot. Nice play by Barkov, gets it over. Forsling sent it for Verhaeghe, and that one gloved by Joseph Woll.
In 5 tries this postseason, they're trying all they can to get things going tonight.
Yeah, thanks so much, Catherine, as this one sails down the ice. Won't be an icing here, though.
Yeah, got to start somewhere with that home record. They've lost their last 3. They're 1-4. I'd like one of those bone-in ribeyes at Harbor Stickney for about $200. That is no cheap place. An outstanding place here in downtown Toronto.
Ekblad denying the Leafs' entry into the zone. Leafs had a great regular season home record, 27-8-6. Only Tampa and Boston had more wins at home this year than the Leafs. But here, mentioned just 1-4 in the playoffs. Their only win was Game 2 against Tampa. They won that game 7-2. They've only scored 6 goals combined in their 3 home games since.
That's a bad icing call. You know, that's a bad icing call right there, and I'll tell you what.
Shari will now take the face-off after Ryan O'Reilly got tossed out. Toronto has absolutely dominated the face-off circle in this series, 61%. And a penalty here called against Toronto. And a shot swallowed up there by Woll in a wrestling match after the fact between Lundell and Achari. 22-year vet and Bevan Mills are the linesmen. Right off the face-off! Woll makes a save on Barkov, and the puck winds up underneath him while he's flat on his back in the crease. 2, 3, maybe even 4 chances there for Florida to open the score.
Boy, that's a great way to start for anybody. But to battle like he had to battle for that save, the first one here, you can see the quick shot goes underneath, he gets the right pad on it. Now, he's got to get himself back over to the right, and it's a scramble now. Throw the textbook right out the window, and just do whatever you have to do. They're right in the bottom part of the pants, and makes that save, and the fans loving it here in Toronto.
Puck cleared out. That was just in the opening 10 seconds of that power play opportunity. With Jake McCabe in the box, Panthers are 2 for 7 in the series. Brandon Montour catches up to this puck and twists it around the boards for Tkachuk. Brody flipped it through the middle of the ice. Barkov cannot hold it in. And then he gave it away to Marner. Marner tried to toe drag around Reinhart, who just got a piece of that. Panthers power play, 26% in the playoffs, 7 for 27, combining this round with the 7-game series against Boston. As this is clear down the ice.
Not a real sound entry on the power play here for the Florida Panthers. Got to clean things up, tighten things, and get connected as a 5-man unit here with the man advantage.
Bennett snaps it all the way over. Tkachuk will send it around. And this one is cleared out again. Right through Bennett, and Montour will go and grab it.
Penalty kill numbers are not very impressive with both these squads through the first 2 rounds.
League-wide trend.
Yeah, you're right.
Power plays have been awfully good in the postseason. And a little mix-up here. Forsling and Montour were trying to make a change, and the pass came that way. Forsling jumped back through the open door. Just 27 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers as Verhaeghe sends it off the glass. Ekblad closing in, coming over Lundell. O'Reilly there, down to his knees, Ekblad. Brody to the line, not across. Forsling to the net, tipped up off the ice, and saved by Wall. It was Tkachuk with a good opportunity. Final 10 on the power play. Forsling moves it, Wall scores! Ekblad with the shot, it leaks through Joseph Wall, and an early power play goal in Game 5 for the Panthers.
Well, not clean to begin the power play, but the bottom line is getting that shot towards net. They do so. The right-handed Ekblad, part of the second power play unit. First save was a beauty here, right there on the tip by Matthew Tkachuk, another St. Louis native, and then Lundell gets it back to the point, and a good fake shot by Forsling for the one-timer, and this one finds a way to squeak through the arm, and I thought that maybe it glanced off the equipment of Wall off the back of his defenseman and in, but that is not the case. It just finds its way with a greasy one through the body and into the net.
First goal of this postseason for Aaron Ekblad. And it comes on the power play. Final seconds of that power play to give the Florida Panthers a 1-0 lead. Sends up the boards, kept in by Nylander. Nylander weaves to the outside. A little poke check there from Eric Stahl. Gudas for Luostarinen. Opens things up for Cousins. Here's Cousins with some room. Finding Stahl to the net. Kicked out by Wall. Just got it with his right toe. Play continues. Stahl tried to shove it to the net. Shut down at the next to the goal. Luostarinen knocked down by Liljegren. And now things settle on the stick of Giordano.
Good save after you give up a goal in such a critical and stressful situation. Good to make that next save, and Wall's good with the pad down low on that one.
The Florida Panthers admitted after Game 4's loss that they didn't get enough traffic and enough pucks towards the net against an unproven goaltender. How about 9 shots in the first 4.5 minutes of this hockey game? That qualifies. Verhaeghe unable to get that pass on through. Barkov wouldn't let the Leafs clear the zone. Down goes Barkov. Can't reach the puck. And it's Morgan Riley. Got Lafferty along with him as Riley dips to the outside. Backhands it on goal. Just sticked away by Sergei Bobrovsky. Now Duclair. Slowly developing. Just onside. Wall handles at the side of the net. 40 on for Tavares. Forsling forced him back into his own zone.
The other important aspect of Game 4 was the block shots. I mean, Florida didn't do enough of it, and the Maple Leafs put it all on the line.
Ekblad trying to clear, could not. Nylander down in the corner. Lost control of the puck. Lundell. And then Luostarinen floated down. Could be enough for an icing, and just does get across the goal line. The first power play of the hockey game. 1-0 Panthers lead in Game 5, but has certainly taken the energy out of this building. This is gloved ahead by Lundell. Liljegren will send it around.
Florida's not going to know what to do with the lead.
Gave up a couple of early goals in Game 2 and were able to come back and win the Game 3-2 in this building. As Tkachuk tried to backhand it to the front. It was off Brody's stick. Hit the high glass. Stayed down on the ice for Austin Matthews. Tried to bank it on through for Nylander. A good job by Josh Mahura not to let it through. This is Bunting. A backhand wide of the net. Picked up by Matthews. Wraparound try. And never quite got to the front of the goal. Tkachuk plays it off the boards for Cousins. He'll hand it to Mahura. And this could be icing as it winds up off target. And it is. Face-off coming back near Bobrovsky.
Wait for him to bat it out of midair, even with the great hands that Matthews has.
Ball tied up. O'Reilly off the face-off. Panthers able to get control and lift it out of the zone.
I'm counting, and that's about the 9th flip-out of the Florida Panthers, and they might lead the playoffs in defensive zone flip-outs.
I'll tell you what, Banger, if the Panthers win this series, you're going to see a whole lot of flips in an Eastern Conference final with Carolina and Florida. We'll both do that quite often. Here's Morgan Riley with a wrist shot that never made it through to the net. First ticket has been punched to the Eastern Conference Final as Montour took the stick out of the hand of Bobrovsky as he cut through the crease. And it's a long way away from the net. Bobrovsky trying to fight through the traffic. It bounced out in front. He just swats it away. He had the blocker hand down to the ice. Here's Achari behind the net for O'Reilly. And that time Montour got a stick in the passing lane. Marner tried to help it to the line. That one jumped out of the zone off the stick of Shen. Bobrovsky will go get his stick.
Missed opportunity there for Toronto. And Marner didn't put it on the tape for Schenn. He really handcuffed him right there after some good pressure. Bobrovsky now does have his goalie stick. It was to his right.
Marner took a look from his own end in the face-off circle to see if he could maybe beat Bobrovsky back into the net, but he had already returned. Duclair flying down the wall, closed off nicely by Liljegren. McCabe coughed it up in the neutral zone. Ekblad sends it around. Joseph Woll waits with it there. Where's he going with it? Now to McCabe on the near boards. Barkov threw a hit. Puck kept alive by Ekblad and Lafferty, but a penalty called against Ekblad here. It's going to be a tripping call as he cut out the skates of Lafferty. And the Maple Leafs crowd has come to life here with the expectation of a potent Leafs power play. And just 2 for 9 in the series, and it starts with a face-off win and clear for the Panthers. Our Geico on the ice, Matthews, Marner, O'Reilly, Tavares, and Morgan Riley, the power play unit for the Maple Leafs. Morgan Riley all the way over to the skates of Austin Matthews. And Matthews for Riley with time. Matthews gets it, shoots it, that one went wide. Bobrovsky reached out with the right leg. Didn't make contact, puck was off the mark. Riley in the high slot. Now Matthews fires off the right pad of Bobrovsky. Rebound kept alive by Riley. Marner had it for a moment. O'Reilly plays it out to Riley at the line. Now Mitch Marner. Left side. Marner, wrist shot tipped in tight by Tavares and a stop by Bobrovsky. And then Forsling, a little touch, gets it to Barkov for the clear.
Well, very assertive first power play unit for the Leafs. 2 shots from Matthews, both one-timers. And I had a good look at that second one. Great positioning there by Bobrovsky getting down low.
Maple Leafs are 2 for 9 in the series, 8 for 30 in the playoffs. As this is stolen away, and it's Eric Staal on a break, shorthanded, and it's stopped by Wall. Didn't have a lot of momentum behind him, did Staal, so he was going to be caught by a couple of different Maple Leafs, so settled for a relatively long-range shot. Nylander with speed. Pass to Yarncroke, now it's Bunting. Weaving into the slot, throws it over. A shot never made it to the net as Kerfoot had a good look. Pinballed around and then cleared by the Panthers.
Well, Bobrovsky's on his game, boy. That movement from side to side, that athletic crouch that he's in right now. I mean, he just looks like an athlete in that net.
Leafs haven't scored more than 2 goals in any of the 4 games against Bobrovsky in this series. He's able to swing round 1 and get his team out to a 3-0 series lead in round 2 as that one's gloved away from the net by Forsling. Out of the box comes Ekblad. Kerfoot turns, drives towards the net, hands off for Nylander behind. Nylander using the wall. Brody trying to go down to the goal line for Nylander. Gudas got a stick on it. 3 defensemen on the ice for the moment as Ekblad came in, collided with Nylander. They both go down. And now Brody across for Justin Hall. Given to Nylander. And that one looked like played by a high stick, but they say carry on, and then Kampf can't hold the line. And that'll get the Panthers the personnel they want on the ice if they hurry as Kampf races back into the zone. Kampf avoided a hit from Verhaeghe. Brody swings it to the far side. Matthew Tkachuk waiting over there. Had Bennett breaking, could not get it through Justin Hall. Tkachuk from Montour, he's got some room on the near side. Panthers 1 for 1 on the power play, 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. Have a 1-0 lead halfway through the first period. Matthew Tkachuk had it knocked off his stick. Verhaeghe locked up there with Brody. Montour pinched down the boards. And the puck came away. It's Bennett filling in defensively as Kampf plays right side for Hall. Hall thrown on net. Bobrovsky unsure of exactly where that puck was.
We're making it hard to get there.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Thank you.
Quick stop by Bobrovsky on the try from Mitch Marner. Sheldon Keefe, head coach of the Maple Leafs. As Ekblad moves it up the boards, McCabe stopped there. This one hoisted through center. Will drop down to Osterinen. Try to tap that one along. The odds from DraftKings Sportsbook at the top of the screen. The Maple Leafs reset in their own end. Brennan Burke, Darren Pang, Catherine tapped in with you here from Toronto. Ryan O'Reilly shot tipped by Matthews, and Bobrovsky able to adjust. Talk about that crouch panger. Popped out of it and just kicked that left leg out.
Sure does. I mean, looks powerful. I mean, obviously, you're at this level, you've got great concentration, but you can really, I mean, you can tell immediately when someone's really on their game and in full control of their crease and their post. And he looks like that goaltender right now.
12 minutes gone here in period number 1. On Tavares overskates the puck. Still no points in the series for John Tavares, who handles and walks in over the line. Mishandled the shot, then Riley was there on the follow-up. He couldn't get it on net either. Mark Stahl for Duclair. This one chopped through Schenn. There will be no icing. Schenn moved it from Verhaeghe. Riley in the middle of the ice, and Bennett just demolished John Tavares as Tkachuk cruises his way into the net. And then Mahura's shot tipped down. It's underneath wall, and he's got the whistle. Bjornfro comes after Tkachuk, Bennett, and Schenn having words.
Yeah, Schenn's got him by the scruff of his being together for that many games in a row. They're good reads off of one another.
Here's Mahura for Dalby. That shot just missed the net. And then quickly transitioning through center comes Toronto. Nylander moves away from Mahura. Nylander in front. That one angled in on Bobrovsky, and he's able to make the save. Here's Nylander. Penalty upcoming against Florida as Bobrovsky knocked it down with the glove.
With Brody right down.
Here's Marner. Power play going to work. They feed it to the bumper spot. O'Reilly couldn't get it on goal. Here's O'Reilly down low for Tavares. The backhand stopped there by Bobrovsky. Rebound rescued by Barkov, and he gets it out of the zone.
Incredibly strong play on pucks there at the half boards, and then Marner makes a fantastic spin around pass to the open man in the bumper position.
Second power play here for the Leafs. The only goal on the board is a power play goal for the Panthers. Here's Marner with time. Goal line. Matthews looking over his options. Drifts behind the net. Austin Matthews. Morgan Riley. Matthews. No angle. Matthews to Riley. Riley looking and waiting. Marner to the front, and that one tipped wide by O'Reilly. Morgan Riley keeps it alive. Matthews through his skates for Tavares. Return to Austin Matthews. Backhands it out for Riley down the lane, and it's blocked by Stahl. Eric Stahl getting in the shooting lane there. Here's Marner halfway through the power play. Tipped wide by Tavares.
What a pass by Marner right through the legs of Stahl.
Riley to the top for Marner. Drifting, switching places with Riley. Looked after by Eric Stahl. And Eric Stahl's skates got in the way there, and a calm, poised play by the veteran to find his way out of trouble, eat some time, and send it down.
Are you kidding me? A minute 4-second shift, and he's going to bring it back to his own zone and toe drag and dangle with it? What a calm play by Stahl.
Now down to the final 20 seconds on the power play. His brother Mark out there to continue the kill, but this is now Giordano. Across for Michael Bunting. Bunting, Giordano wide shoots. That was blocked by Barkov.
Yeah, Barkov's not going to lean on that stick. I would bet that it snapped.
Sounded like it. Here's Giordano moving, waiting. What a pass for Kerfoot, who was on his way to the bench. Out of the box comes Goodes as Nylander serves it behind. Power play's over. Nylander lost it. Giordano moves it over and skips the stick of Brody and comes out of the zone. It was getting late in that power play. Kerfoot knew they needed a second defenseman on the ice. He was on his way to the bench when that pass came his way. That shot hit the skate of Goodes and stayed away from the net.
Another smart play. Second time in this series that Barkov has blocked a shot. Stick's broken, because I know that because he just replaced it on the bench, but kept two hands on it and acted like it wasn't.
Here's Reinhart on the keep-in for Verhaeghe. Two Leafs came to him. Now it's Camp from the end boards. He's in to elude Bennett. Justin Hall with the spin move.
Oh, the Savardian likes the spinorama by the big fella.
Camp to the net, right off the chest of Bobrovsky, and the power play goal from Aaron Ekblad, his first goal of the postseason, second of his career in the playoffs. Here's a chance for McCabe, closing in with a shot. He's trying to go 5-hole. Bobrovsky closed the door. Pressure continues for the Maple Leafs. They have turned the game completely around. The Panthers, so dominant early on in this game, outshot the Maple Leafs 9-2 to start the game. Then Verhaeghe, he scores! Duclair sets up Verhaeghe, and it's now 2-0 Florida.
Oh, great save at one end. Bobrovsky, rock solid. And after an offensive zone faceoff for the Maple Leafs, they throw Camp, Lafferty, and Nylander on the ice. A great chance by McCabe. Give the old 5-hole, and then get those pads tight against the ice. Give it and take it away by Bobrovsky on McCabe. And then this bouncing puck gets by Liljegren. Now, Duclair waits for as long as he can, and he buys a little bit of time, and you can see this pass is an outstanding pass, but this guy's a sniper. You put him in this spot, he's going to make you pay a price, and he does so on that shot that glances off the pad and up higher in the net.
Third goal of the series for Carter Verhaeghe. Fourth goal in the last 6 games for him. Fifth of the playoffs overall. And a 2-0 lead for the Panthers here in the opening period of Game 5. In a series they lead 3-1. And with so much of the momentum belonging to the Toronto Maple Leafs prior to that goal. Riley will pick it up and wait for the forward unit to change.
Let's see the neutral zone positioning here from the Florida Panthers. They're going to want to clog that up as much as possible. Take away the middle of the ice.
No icing here. Noel Acciari down for Ryan O'Reilly. Getting a stick on that was Mark Stahl. Bunting fed it back down to those two. Lundell and Acciari came together. Montour can't get it around Bunting. This one popped to the front and chipped over the net by Acciari. Now Justin Hall, hands off. Acciari with a shot. That one flooded off to the corner. Ryan O'Reilly wipes out as he tried to make a quick spin. Mark Stahl played it for Montour. Up the boards, Brody chopped that by Reinhart. Brody keeps it alive. Mark Stahl and Ryan O'Reilly. O'Reilly came away with it for a moment. Stahl stayed on him, and now it's Reinhart. Chance to get it out of the zone.
Oh, and then he takes a late hit right there by Bunting. That puck was off his stick for an extended period of time. I'm surprised that wasn't an interference call.
Brody moves it to Nylander. He weaves his way over the line, immediately converged on. And Verhaeghe couldn't get it cleanly out, but does clear the zone. Tavares had lost his stick right at center ice. He picks it back up just as Nylander had it poke checked from him by Barkov. Inside 2 minutes to play here in the first period. A 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Liljegren. The shot deflected away from the front of the net. And then Bennett steers it on for Tkachuk. Tkachuk red line and in. Still looking for his first goal of this series. He's had plenty of impact and 5 assists. Matthew Tkachuk named a Hart finalist earlier today.
What a great season. I mean, going from one franchise where he started, the Calgary Flames, first year, it doesn't usually happen that way. But boy, being a finalist for the Hart Trophy, outstanding work.
Coming up, it's our Lexus Intermission Report with Liam Ace, Biz, and Henrik Lundqvist. If he wins, Banger would be just the 6th player all time to win it in their first season with a new team. Justin Hall will play it behind the net. Less than a minute remaining. Lundell got it through. It hit
interference call.
Barkov won that face-off, but then lost it.
Who are the other 5, I was wondering? That's on my mind of those players. Was Gretz one of them in 88 in L.A.?
Good question. Yeah. There's Montour playing for Verhaeghe. 30 seconds to go in the period. As Verhaeghe knocked Hall off the puck. Verhaeghe and Ekblad both with a goal and an assist so far in this hockey game. Marner for Yarncroc. And they'll settle it with 18 seconds to go. Justin Hall takes his time, played for Tavares. 10 seconds left. Tavares over the line. Back checking Tkachuk, overcame Bennett. This one cleared out. Morgan Riley will give it a run. This will be icing with 1.2. Net is empty for the Maple Leafs just in case the faceoff was there. The shot is not. And a little cross-check from Matthews on Montour at the end of the period. Tkachuk having a few words with Ryan O'Reilly. But a 2-0 lead for the Florida Panthers. The start of period 2 in Game 5. It's a 2-0 lead for the Panthers in the hockey game and a 3-1 lead in the series. Trying to close out the series on the road tonight in Toronto. Brendan Burke, Darren Pang, Catherine Tappan with you here tonight from Scotiabank Arena. Matthew Tkachuk gloves it down and starts ahead for Florida. Tkachuk moves it. Bennett waits, shoots, save wall, rebound in front, pushed away from the net by Mitch Marner.
Oh boy, did the Toronto Maple Leafs ever sag back there. Great read by Tkachuk. He backed him off the line and makes a real good pass to the high slot.
No icing there as Mark Stahl tossed Marner down to the ice.
But no gap closure at all for Toronto on that sequence.
Cousins makes his way to the red line and then tosses it down for Tkachuk to forecheck. Move for Brody. He will stop and wait. The way that first period unfolded, the Panthers outshot the Maple Leafs 9-2 in the first 4:01 of that opening period. Got 6 power play shots. After that, shots were 12-3 Toronto, aided by a couple of their power plays. Tavares sharp angle into the glove of Bobrovsky.
Two players in front of him are rather tight, and they leave that seam wide open for the one-timer.
Face off inside the Panthers, and they win it. Clear it out. Puck battle for in the neutral zone. The Liljegren off the stick of Tavares and in. Bobrovsky into the skates of Forsling. Good check by Tavares. Guard the puck free. A backhand try from the side of the net. Bobrovsky stopped it. Rebound cleared away. Reinhart leaves it off for Lundell. Then Lundell goes off the glass and out to center.
Well, I think you have to jam everything at the net. There's skates in front of the net. There's bodies in front of the net. See if you can get a lucky carom on Bobrovsky. Not going to beat him clean in this one, it doesn't look like.
Bunting going for the reverse hit there on Ekblad. They both left the puck alone in the corner. Ekblad lost the stick in that interaction. Puck loose at the side of the net, squirms across, and then ricochets on goal. And Bobrovsky tracking it well as Bunting and Ekblad continue.
Expected, and no one did expect us to beat Boston. Now we're here, and we want to keep riding this wave.
Yeah, fun bunch of cats. That's what you see. And I just, Paul steps in. He's got a terrific coaching staff as well. Davey Compon is an assistant, his right-hand man, and a Stanley Cup champion with Daryl Sutter in Los Angeles. They're well prepared, and they've got a calm demeanor.
There's Bennett with a pass to the net, tried to slide it in front. A lot of traffic there, and run up in the stick of Cousins with a shot that's blocked by Matthews.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mark Stahl shot blocked. This one behind the net got hung up on the outside of the goal and punched into the crease by Lundell before it's covered by Wall.
Now the goalie's taken ahead of Joseph Wall, Carter Hart, Tyler Parsons, Philip Gustafson, Evan Fitzpatrick, who happens to be the third goalie. He was the pick of the St. Louis Blues, and then Wall went 62nd overall. First pick of the third round.
AHL All-Star this season. But he is into this series because of an injury to Ilya Samsonov in Game 3 after a collision early on in the second period of that game.
Yes, Samsonov on the ice today. Matthew Nyes on the ice today. Real good news for the Maple Leafs if this is to be extended.
It's been played out of the zone. Matthews and Marner both there. It's Marner with the puck, dropped it off into the slot. Taken by Stahl, tries to work it ahead for Dalpe. Montour rushing to the net. Dalpe shot save, man, rebound popped out, and it's Morgan Riley with it. Riley has time while the Panthers were changing. He's able to take it all the way into the Florida zone before he got crunched by Stahl. Carter Verhaeghe flips one ahead.
Guess what?
What's that?
Why get it on the ice when you flip it over everybody?
Works again. Here's Barkov. Sweeping poke check there by O'Reilly. Just launched the puck right in front of the Maple Leaf bench. Barkov tried to fish that one out. Instead, it shot into the seats.
Or Nylander. There's been some changes a lot there with that top group. Winger up, winger down, whatever works. And you can be sure with their season on the line that this should be bulked up here for the top 4 of the Maple Leafs.
4-4 of Marner, Matthews, Tavares, and Nylander. Have not produced at the same rate they did in round 1 against Tampa. As Bennett grabs this puck and plays to Cousins. Tavares still looking for his first point. Austin Matthews still looking for his first goal of this series. He has 2 assists in the first 4 games. Cousins. There, down goes O'Reilly. Puck's underneath, and Cousins trying to dig it free. It came out. Chuck was there, but instead it is O'Reilly taking his time before playing back. Hall ahead for Achari, who had to get a new stick from the bench and did just in time as that puck came right to him. Then Bunting knocked off the puck. It came to Achari. Giordano's shot saved. Bobrovsky the rebound. Tavares juggled the puck. Couldn't get the shot back on net.
That low right hand, the blocker hand slides down the big paddle of the stick.
Giordano with the big blast, swallowed up by Bobrovsky.
And there's no room there. And again, going low on Bobrovsky is not the key to success. Unless you're looking for a juicy rebound off the pad. The old pass-off pad sequence. But he's too good down there. And not only is he too good making the save, he's too good at keeping the rebounds in those hands, in the gloves, with his hands out in front of him like that.
Another face-off win for the Maple Leafs. Nylander's shot. That one got through off the left pad of Bobrovsky. And his centering feed broke it up and cleared out. Joseph Woll comes out of his net. Amazing to think of what we've been talking about tonight, that Sergei Bobrovsky started this postseason on the bench behind Alex Lyon. He has changed this Panthers dynamic, led them back from down 3-1 in their series to beat the Boston Bruins, and now up 3-1 in their series against the Toronto Maple Leafs. 6 minutes in to the second period of Game 5. Shot by Tavares, handled by Bobrovsky. 22 shots in the series for John Tavares. Or-die game. When Nylander scored in Game 4, it snapped a stretch of 54 consecutive shots by those four guys that hadn't found the back of the net. They got a goal from Nylander and Marner in Game 4. Their only win of this series by a 2-1 score.
And that was a gratuitous bounce off the official as well.
On the power play for Nylander.
Totally broken play that snuck in there on Bobrovsky.
Carter Verhaeghe charging down the wall. Schenn trying to keep pace with him. Verhaeghe throws the brakes on. Found a trailer. Montour saved by Woll. A standing stop with the blocker, and then he makes that stop on the try from Stahl.
Oh, that regained some energy here in the building with two good saves by Joseph Woll in the warm-up. Henrik Lundqvist did so in 17-18.
Montour on Joseph Woll.
I texted Hank about that, and he said, oh, yeah. He had a couple of bad shots in the fingers, and it really does do a great job of protecting.
Smart. No reason to break a finger in practice if you can avoid it, right? Stahl will take it and hoist this one to center ice. In fact, Dalpe will chip it in. The Panthers go for a change. 7 minutes gone here in the second period of Game 5. It's Justin Hall to move it for Toronto. Across for Austin Matthews. His pass broken up by Tkachuk. Turned around, and it's Cousins. He'll shoot it in. Wall out of his net. A little late to get there. Knocked it down, gave it away. Tkachuk centering feed blocked. Cousins takes it. Fed it behind. Tkachuk let it get away from him. He catches back up to it. Wrapped up there by Brody. Puck still in his skates. Can't get a chance to clear. Cousins came over. Intercepted the puck, but had to take it out at center.
That play all starts with great hand-eye coordination by Tkachuk. Knocked that pass by Matthews out of midair, and the Panthers were going the other way.
All rimmed it around. Put it on the stick of Lafferty. Lafferty to Armstrong with a step on Ekblad. Curls and looks. No trailer there. Leaves Dewar in a change. Lafferty out high for Riley. Morgan Riley risks a shot. It got through and they score! Camped in front. Riley took the shot. It's a one-goal game.
Well, from the defensive zone through the neutral zone, you see the Yarncroke pulls up right there. They play it down below the goal line. Lafferty starts the play, then he plays it back to... Oh boy, the defenseman Riley fires this one here, and let's see what this glances off of. Oh yeah, just ever so slightly goes off Cousins' left shin pad and past the glove side. You knew that the only way to beat Bobrovsky in this one was going to be a bounce, and that was exactly what happened right there. A bounce off the shin pad to the far side and in.
Morgan Riley, fourth of the playoffs, his first in this series. He's had some big goals on this playoff run for Toronto. But that a huge one to get the Leafs back within a goal as the shot from the line stopped on its way. Lundell met there by O'Reilly. Then it's Riley playing on for Achari. Red line and in. The buzz is back in the building. Now to the ice goes Radko Gudas, courtesy of Bunting. Lundell up the boards. Got through but not out. Achari plays it behind. Radko Gudas and Bunting come together again. And Liljegren gets involved. Kostiarinen plays it for Lundell. Lundell got the pass on through for Ryan. Martin takes it in as he backhands it to the net. Liljegren fumbled that puck and then fed McCabe, who will stop and wait behind the Leaf net. Riley from Lafferty and Kemp.
Those fourth line doing a great job for the Maple Leafs. The lunch bucket group right there.
There's only two of them on that fourth line. They both got points on the goal from Riley. Barkov going to maneuver his way through. Pass for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe has Duclair to his right and gives it to him. just out of his reach, though, and a diving effort by Brody to play it away. Duclair got on it, then lost it. And Justin Hall for Marner. Mitch Marner charging ahead with Austin Matthews. Pass across the slot. Kerfoot came to it behind for Matthews in his skates. Austin Matthews able to fend off Barkov. Give it to Marner. Marner let it get away. Verhaeghe for Forsling, trying to cut to the outside. Nylander disrupted that as Forsling shot it deep. Jen punched it up the wall. Kachuk turns and looks. Ekblad, his shot didn't have much on it, and it's covered at the side. Halfway through the hockey game, Forsling shot blocked by Lafferty. Lafferty, Kemp, and a charge. The shift is that rising shot from Kemp got over the net.
Good job by Sheldon Keefe getting these guys back on the ice. Getting that meat and potatoes. Just a little bit of a grunt work from the Leafs. And try to capture that 5-on-5 momentum.
That one jumped the stick of Duclair. Closing in with Brody. Lost it as it's knocked off his stick and back in the Maple Leaf ice. Liljegren for Camp. Camp snaps one on goal. Bobrovsky with a purpose to the far post. Failed clear there by Colin White. White tied up with O'Reilly. Bunting out high. Giordano across McCabe. That one got through and it's punched up.
Well, there's a little bit of energy in the crowd here. What do you think as a veteran coach here to try to nullify that a little bit?
No, you know what? They score a goal, and then there's lots of excitement anytime the puck goes to the net. We've played most of our games on the road than we have at home, so we're used to that. We just got to skate.
And you always talk about your bench having pretty good control. You feel that here tonight?
Oh, they're all talking to each other. They're calling the plays. I'm just back here drinking coffee.
Well, you're doing a good job of that. Thank you.
Thanks, Banger.
Oh, great stuff from Paul Maurice. Kind of a similar sentiment after the loss in Game 4. He said, hey, we lost the game. That tends to happen in play.
But expectations get awfully high, though, when you've got a 3-0 lead.
They weren't supposed to beat the Boston Bruins. They did. They weren't supposed to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. But now that you have a 3-0 series lead and now a 3-1 series lead, the expectation is that the Florida Panthers are going to find a way to close it out. As Nylander throws it higher, tries to one-hand it to the net. And then Austin Matthews able to take that puck. Matthews protecting as he carries it around. One hand on his stick. Matthews stays with it. Austin Matthews for Morgan Riley. Tried to go to the front. Louis Storinen blocks it. Liljegren to the corner. Lundell up the wall. Matthews gets there and keeps the play alive for the Maple Leafs. On the boards, Riley. Tavares leaned on by Mark Stahl. He gets free. He tried to set it up on the near side for Riley, and it went off him. Here's Montour weaving ahead. Montour will dump it down.
Great job by Montour to come up with the play right there, because there's no way the forward was going to be able to get that puck. Montour might have surprised him. He snuck up behind him, got the puck with some speed, and gets it down the ice.
Ryan O'Reilly first one on it. Couldn't hang on to it. Mahura. And then Cousins, and it's down the ice.
Oh, that had some spin on it. That's an old Bellotta ball race there that you find on the range nowadays. That just checked up on him.
Radko Gudas able to stall the play right in front of the Panthers bench. Giordano will try the near side. And that one will not be icing as it comes around for Radko Gudas. Saw Kachuk at the far blue line and got it to him. Matthew Kachuk winds and put it to the net, and Wall does not allow a rebound with Colin White sniffing around for one.
Jam wraparound play, and that's an area that the Florida Panthers can get going in here. The Kachuk line especially, they're not getting that puck down low and that play in which they extend pressure and just wear down the opposition defenseman.
Forsling with the step up to keep the play in the zone. Matthews kept it from Eric Stahl. Now this is cleared out right in front of Darren Pang. Couple of changes there for the Panthers while they were in the neighborhood. That pass cut off by Forsling. Sent on for Duclair, and it's just off his stick. Wall played it to the boards. Verhaeghe tried to shoot it, blocked by Brody. Then Duclair the side of the net with a centering feed, nobody home. Barkov wins the battle for Montour. That got through, no rebound from Wall.
And that is, I never did it.
Previous one to do it was Spencer Knight. Florida Panthers. This is tossed in by Kerfoot. And Riley centering feed. Oh, Stahl went down to block it. I think it got him in the face. They could put this puck back in play. And they didn't get everybody settled down, so they blow it down just as soon as they drop that puck.
Yeah, Lafferty's been aggressive in this game. He's been playing with an edge, going to the front of the net, trying to maybe rattle the pans a little bit of the Panthers to get them to take a minor penalty.
Second playoff trip for Lafferty, who went with Pittsburgh in 2020. Headline pickup from Chicago here this season is Lafferty. Looked over by Reinhart, but it's still Lafferty with the puck. Near boards now, it's Luostarinen for Florida. He'll lift this in. Lundell tracking after it. Shen moves it over for Morgan Riley. Riley flips it down the ice. Could be icing here as Mahura gets back, and they do.
All right, thank you so much to Don Koharski.
Got a little clarity there on that play where, yeah, it's a decision by the referee. He's got to make it. He made the play, made the call. And need player safety is icing call here. The crowd disagrees.
Everybody's on edge. Questioning every call that's been made. And I am looking to my right here between the benches and seeing Stahl. And although the training staff is just continues to look at him, he looks like he's good to continue here. Helmet's back on. Visor's been wiped.
Off the face-off, Tkachuk to Bennett. Bennett to the front. Cousins had his stick tied up there by Shen. Camp lost it to Tkachuk. Followed up there by Kerfoot. Bennett wouldn't let the puck leave the zone. Here's Cousins. Tried to go back over for Tkachuk, and it was Riley in the way. Puck gets through Tkachuk. Ekblad, bouncing puck, just tipped by Bennett. Off of Wall, centering feed. Tkachuk couldn't get the shot away. Riley, though, is passed between a couple of leads. Forsling shot just clipped the left shoulder of Wall and headed out of play.
All the text messages he's gotten.
Oh, congratulations to Keith Jones on the new gig. We'll enjoy him while we can here during this postseason run. 5:20 to go here in the second period. It's a 2-1 lead for Florida. It was 2-0 at the start of the period. But a goal for Morgan Riley at the 7:50 mark here in the second. It's giving the Leafs some life. Barkov risks a shot. That time it's blocked. Not cleared out. Montour curves it behind. Pass to the front. Here's Barkov. Cuts back in the slot. Couldn't get the shot off.
Oh, good play by O'Reilly. I think he got his stick on stick at the last second.
Mark Stahl is on the ice for the Florida Panthers. He's going for a change now, but that's his first shift since he took that puck to the right ear.
Yeah, before he went on the ice, the training staff asked him a couple of questions to make sure he was good to go.
Stretched on for Matthews. He just couldn't cut through to the net. This is Reinhart with a step to the outside. Reinhart to the slot with a shot, and it's stopped by Wall. Caromed on for Nylander. Nylander weaves his way through the middle of the ice. Pass back across the grain, and it's Bunting who will shovel it deep.
Boy, the Leafs had too many men on the ice. It was quite clear.
Matthews goes down. Stick came up with Reinhart. Crowd reacts. Refs do not. Forsling. Trying to slip it by the battle between Lundell and Giordano. Forsling, second try. Again the stick up on Bunting. Again we play on. 4 minutes to go in the period. Giordano hard around. Back up Bobrovsky. Chari had a chance on it. Now it is Bennett. Up ice with Luostarinen. They crisscross. Luostarinen heads off the ice, so Bennett alone took a shot that was challenged by Hall and wound up in the seat.
They're trying to get the attention of the officials. No call.
Off the draw. Matthew Tkachuk tried to find Cousins. It was Lafferty in a good spot. Outlets to Achari, and he got hit by Gudas, but he's able to force the puck into the zone. Gudas made the step up, trying to cause an icing, and then Achari with a full body check that sends Cousins down to the ice. This pass comes through for Hall. Justin Hall's shot blocked by Radko Gudas. Here's Hall again. Played behind. Lafferty angles it out high for Brody. Now Camp with a shot blocked by Bennett. Chipped out by Tkachuk, and this will slowly move down. They wave off the icing, so Wall will play it.
Yeah, that gets a tap on the boards there from the Florida Panthers, and some good talking there and energy with that shot blocked by Bennett.
Brody rims it around the back of Bobrovsky. Waiting for it is Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe. Unable to clear. That one was off his skating. Puck to the front. Riley! Is it in? No signal. It's under the right pad of Bobrovsky. Did it cross the line? The Leafs think it's in. The referee never signaled, and they will talk about this one. Riley was cutting to the net. He never quite shot it. It rolled off of him and went under the right pad of Bobrovsky, but didn't cross the goal line. Well, and so now try and dig back in and finish this period with 3 minutes to go in it. Still a 2-1 lead for the Panthers.
Talk about the gamut of emotions and how you get yourself back to being even keel. I thought the Toronto bench dealt with it rather well.
A little different emotion on the bench than in the press box here for the Maple Leaf management.
I'd say the same for Kyle, but that's the heat of the game. That's what makes it great.
Here's John Tavares closing in. Takes it around the net. Tavares still with it. Out high for Morgan Riley. Riley moving to the outside. Returns it to Tavares. Short pass for Marner. Mitch Marner, wrist shot off the bar. Tipped on the way and just off the bar next to the blocker hand of Bobrovsky. Marner flubs a pass. This will allow Reinhart out.
That puck has just not been handled well by Marner, has terrific hands.
Now under 2 minutes to play here in the period. The chance is goal leads goal. Austin Matthews with a shot save, big rebound, and Mark Stahl just got a stick to keep it away from Bunting. Elevated through center. Brody had to roll off his stick, and Wall will cover it up.
Wonderful to see Jonesy in the press box like that.
Be a little out of character for him, I think. Markov couldn't get it deep as it hit the linesman. This opens up Yarncroke with a shot, and that one just flashed off Bobrovsky. The funny hop behind the net off the stanchion. Turned over. Yarncroke to Hall.
Bad play.
Justin Hall leaves it there for Camp. Camp works it down the boards. Verhaeghe able to get there. He will get it to safely to center.
And Brody bails off the line. You've got sustained pressure in the offensive zone. The Leafs playing the clock. They want to keep it in. And he end up backing off.
Final minute of play here in the second. Montour trying to jam it up the boards. Matthews upended Lundell. Lundell getting back to his feet. This puck was in his skates. He hoists it into the neutral zone. Verhaeghe couldn't find it. McCabe brought it back in. Verhaeghe chopped it ahead. Here's Reinhart chasing after it. Reinhart tried to play it around the back of Giordano and pick it up on the other side. Couldn't quite get there. 30 seconds to go. Here's Austin Matthews. Poke check by Ekblad at the line. Turn the play offside. Tavares, O'Reilly, Shen, and Riley. 5-man unit for the Leafs as Marner chips it in. 20 seconds left. Ekblad lifts it up. O'Reilly gloves it down. Through Bennett. Chopped that by Ekblad. Poked that by O'Reilly. Down to the ice goes Tkachuk. And the puck taken by Cousins. 8 seconds left. Cousins crossing the line with 5. Bennett's pass. He wanted Forsling. That's redirected to the corner. And the horn will sound to end the second period with the Florida Panthers still holding a lead. Off the face-off, Mitch Marner drops it. Shen shoots it. Bobrovsky jumped up to meet it. Puck still loose. Marner diving after it. Montour to Tkachuk. And the Panthers clear it out. 2-1. Panthers lead the hockey game. 3-1. Panthers lead the series. Trying to eliminate the Boston Bruins. Winner of this series will meet the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Finals. Bobrovsky kicked out a try, and then a second effort from Marner was blockered away. Nylander had the first shot. Marner spills down to the ice. Puck kept in by Brody. Shot was blocked. Ekblad and Nylander. Shoulder. Matthews in front, and a stop by Bobrovsky, and then Nylander taken out of the play by Ekblad. Puck still in the zone, though, as Nylander gets back to his feet. Forsling looking for a way out.
That's a great effort on the wraparound by Austin Matthews. And I thought he had him on the far side, but once again, that pad down low, sealed on the ice by Bobrovsky, stops him.
This is the 7th NHL season for Austin Matthews. He's never had more than 6 hits in a hockey game during the regular season or playoffs. He has 8 through the first 2 periods of this hockey game.
Well, a lot of pressure on the all-world player for sure. And there's the wraparound and another tidy save right there by Bobrovsky. Nylander gets just drilled there by Ekblad, taken down. And before he can get to it, and Ekblad protecting the house right there. In the meantime, a shot off the far pad by Nylander results in a secondary scoring chance. So that might be an avenue that the Leafs have got to keep pounding away at. Fire it off the far pad and go hard to the net.
Markov forced it out of the zone. Tavares right there. Looks it towards Bobrovsky. Laid down to the side of the net for Radko Gudas. Around the boards and all the way through. McCabe took an interesting route to that puck, so the linesman called off the icing.
Remember earlier in the game when he did that?
Yep.
Good non-call there by the official.
Reinhart down low. Lundell swings it near side for Montour. Montour using the skates, kicks it a little deeper. Puck coming his way again. It got through. Backed up by Verhaeghe. That shot hit his stick and went wide. Picked up by Mark Stahl. Jammed around the boards for Lundell. His pass was out of the reach of Montour. And will come all the way down to Bobrovsky. Montour. Headman pass for Colin White. White shovels it down low, hit the outside of the net. White charging through Luostarinen. Has the puck double teamed by Hall and Kemp, and it's Hall who comes up with it for Morgan Riley. Riley to Lafferty. Whips it across. Lundell stopped Kemp from advancing. Luostarinen on the dump in. Joseph Wall. His second career postseason start. Outlet that puck for Riley. Turned over at the line. Riley stays on it. Eric Stahl stayed on him. Room to skate for Riley here. He'll dump it down. Kerfoot off his skate. Comes to Nylander. Centers. Brody shoots it. Blocked by Ekblad. Puck still alive in the slot. Brody fighting for it. Stahl was there. Ekblad there. Puck comes to the wall. Brody stays on it. Now he lost the puck to Eric Stahl. Ekblad takes it and forced it along.
That's a great effort there by Brody. He just waited a little bit too long to release that shot. And while he waited, he got blocked by Ekblad.
Good shot with Brody on him. Played it down for Cousins. Bennett and Yarncroke after this one. Down goes Yarncroke. Puck taken by Bennett. Played out for Mahura. Mahura. Bennett. Bennett to the outside. Change of directions. Staying with him is Yarncroke. Bennett to Mahura. Kachuk in front of the net. Puck comes around. Nylander and Bennett comes away with the puck.
Good effort by Bennett. Good effort. Second and third efforts winning board battles.
Liljegren goes airborne. Punched down by Mahura. And it's Kachuk who found that puck, flipped it ahead, leaps in the middle of a change as McCabe locks up there with Cousins. Jake McCabe avoided a big hit from Bennett. Puck rolled on him though. Montour served it behind. Liljegren to Marner, and the Leafs come out of the zone. Marner trying to go coast to coast. Mitch Marner takes it around the net. Still looking in front off the skate of O'Reilly. He was alone to the far post. Barkov dealing there. Down goes Tavares on the hit from Mark Stahl. Duclair flips it high in the air. Schenn after it. The backspin let Verhaeghe get there. Verhaeghe peels away from Schenn. Schenn stayed on the puck. O'Reilly to Schenn. Leafs a chance to clear. Stolen away by Barkov. O'Reilly right on him though. Forsling steps up chasing Lafferty deep into his own zone. Toronto has the first 5 shots here in the third period, but the score hasn't changed. Ekblad and Verhaeghe. First period goals for Florida. Morgan Riley. The only goal for the Leafs came at 7:50 of the second. Gustav Forsling off the glass, off of Luostarinen. Played now here for Lundell. Lundell 1-on-4, and he's able to handle that puck.
What a move that was. Still outside, inside. Dragged the puck move between the skate and the stick.
Gudas closed off Bunting. Morgan Riley there. Clear the zone. Twisted on for Lafferty. Sand Lafferty's shot just off the knob of the stick of Bobrovsky.
Great save that was. Had a great ice view level of that through the legs. Tough screen against the grain, stick side. And Lafferty continues to play a good, hard, simple game here.
Morgan Riley. Red line and in. Over the head of Bobrovsky. Nylander won the race. Giordano hurrying down the boards. Far side for Hall. Nylander lifted the stick of Gudas. Got the puck for Giordano. Into traffic. Off of Eric Stahl. Taken by Radko Gudas. Eric Stahl from center ice. Tried to dump it in and he hit Kachuk with it. Boot. Stahl and Matthews. Eric Stahl. Duclair down off the leg of the referee. Then Duclair to Mark Stahl. Stahl brothers here in Florida trying to meet Jordan Stahl in Carolina in the Eastern Conference Final.
And they've got
cleared out of the zone.
They got an old Thunder Bay buddy here, longtime friend. Remember the former NHLer Carter Hutt has come here with his dad to watch the game and support his buddies from Thunder Bay. And some of his old Buffalo Sabres teammates as well.
NHL goaltender, Nashville as well. This one off the stick of O'Reilly. Bobrovsky patted it away. Down to a knee was Brody to keep it alive. Reinhart stopped Brody from advancing. O'Reilly kept Lundell from leaving the zone. 7 minutes gone here in the third period. Mitch Marner across the ice. Brody tries to force it deeper. Ekblad takes it. Makes a pass tape to Lundell. He'll bounce one towards Joseph Wall.
Get it in deep. Go for a line change. Pretty simple formula that Florida's using right now. But the last thing you want to do is back up and become passive and just protecting a 2-1 lead with the skill level that's with Toronto. You've got to be careful how you manage the game.
Bennett finished his check on Riley with spilled down to the ice. And now the Leafs with speed in Lafferty. Keeps getting a tap on the shoulder from Sheldon Keefe with the way he's playing. Bennett ahead for Tkachuk. Tkachuk transitioning into the offensive zone. He saw the blue line and got it deep and goes for a change.
Matthew Tkachuk had the calmness getting ready for the third period. He asked me if I got hit by a beer can during that stoppage.
Nylander around the boards. Bunting returns it. Nylander let it go. Hall there. Back to the near side. Duclair. Leafs on either side of him. That one ramped over McCabe. Radko Gudas. Verhaeghe tips it ahead. Carter Verhaeghe. He's able to get there. And he shot it wide. Pressured by Justin Hall in that race for the puck.
Opportunistic player getting behind the D. And I think Hall just got his stick on stick just at the last second.
Matthews just got a stick plate on that puck to wipe out the icing. Play will continue. Yarncroke to the line. Played now for Riley. Morgan Riley in through the front. Somehow didn't hit anything, and Karam on net. 1 goal game here in Game 5. If the score doesn't change, the Panthers will advance. And the Maple Leafs already with 36 shots on goal. As Lewis Arena steals this puck away, thrown to the net, and Wall, as he was sliding to his left, I think got a piece of that, and it was able to keep it out.
Did that puck hit the bodies?
Face-off win for Cousins. There have been rare face-off wins for the Panthers, and this one is Tkachuk nearly walked on through to the front. And the puck taken from him by Austin Matthews. William Nylander for Brody. To the middle of the ice for Austin Matthews. Matthews takes a shot, and Bobrovsky just got a piece of it.
And just like that, great work through the neutral zone by the Leafs.
Now Tkachuk with speed. Ends it off for Cousins. Bennett had a chance on it as Ryan O'Reilly lost the handle. Cousins on it for Florida.
Still amazes me with traffic and sticks that Austin Matthews could pull that back, change the angle quickly, and create such a dangerous shot on a rush play.
There's a puck stolen by Barkov at center. Tavares all over Barkov as the two captains jockeyed for that one. McCabe will fire in from center. Glove down by Borowski. He'll keep it moving. Montour chops it to Verhaeghe. Flipped ahead towards Duclair. One-on-one against Shen. He put it down in his skates. Duclair wrapped up against the boards by Shen, but he got the puck deep for Barkov. Shen, Barkov both there. Came now for McCabe. Barkov got a stick on this. It's Shen. Lost it to Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe to the net. Kicked out by Hall. Grabbed by O'Reilly. They'll turn and reset things in the Maple Leaf zone, but they fumbled this puck. Shen. To the neutral zone for Marner. Mahura took a hard hit from Achari to get that puck into the Toronto zone.
That's the only way Achari does hit. Hard. Goes through your body every time. And Mahura had to really take that blow right in front of him.
Achari off the back of Kemp. Puck available in the neutral zone. Followed up there by Achari. Flipped out to Achari again. He's got a delay while Lafferty's still in the zone. Eric Stahl over for Mahura. 9 minutes left here in the third period. Radko Gudas to the middle of the ice for Lundell. Anton Lundell will lay it off into the corner. Brody for Riley. Ricocheted now, and it's Brody catching up to it. Wolsterinen cut it off. A spinning pass on for Austin Matthews. For Nylander. Return! Try to get it to Matthews. Instead, it got through for Bobrovsky, and he hangs on. After the Panthers scored the goal to make it 2-1. Here's Marner off the face-off, and he didn't get a lot of that shot as it was blocked just as he let it go. 8.5 minutes to go in the third period. The pass to Marner was tipped away, and Lundell, red line and in. This Toronto Maple Leafs team with its season on the line, you'd imagine we're going to see a heavy dose of the core four for the Maple Leafs here on out. Joseph Wall played off to the corner.
I tell you, the one area that the Leafs have gotten away from is, and Marner's the only one that really utilizes it, the offensive zone when they get it, the slot is being taken care of. The house is covered. Getting that forward up high and getting that shot from inside the blue line has been the one area that's caused difficulties, if you could say that.
Yarncroke's pass for Marner. He fumbled the puck. Marner regathered by that time. He was closed on by Tkachuk, who blocked it. This one knocked out of the air by Ekblad. Yarncroke there as well. Play will continue. They jockey for it. Forsling one-hands it around towards Ekblad. Ekblad wipes out, but hoists this puck down into the Leafs zone with 7.5 remaining.
Yeah, that allows Ekblad to get a change. Wholesale changes for the Panthers as they continue to defend.
40 shots on goal for the Leafs, the most for them in these Stanley Cup playoffs. But 39 saves for Sergei Bobrovsky. Duclair cut it off at center, will shoot it in. Coming around towards Liljegren. Lost it to Verhaeghe in front. Barkov couldn't get it away, and the Verhaeghe chance was blocked. Verhaeghe again, guided away by Wall. Coming around Liljegren, met by Duclair. Barkov got involved. It's Morgan Riley for Toronto. Bunting off the glass and out. Nylander overskated. That allowed Montour to get on the puck. Barkov, red line, tried to go deep, knocked out of the air by Matthews.
Got to get that puck deep in that situation. Just went to flip it and it rolled on his blade.
Shen couldn't get much on that dump in as Verhaeghe, who lost his stick defending that play, goes to the bench for a change. This is icing as one of those high flips. It's just the seventh face-off in the third period, and Giordano lost it to Lundell. Stopped him from getting a breakaway, but Lundell still with the puck in the offensive zone. Wolsterinen spilled down to the ice. Ryan O'Reilly pass across for Brody. Fresh bodies on now for both teams. Marner in over the line. Marner. Matthews stopped by Bobrovsky. Took a friendly hop for Florida. Wolsterinen closed on by McCabe. Wolsterinen, red line and in. 6 minutes to play. Wall, long feed for McCabe. Both teams in a change. John Tavares in over the line. Wristing one into the glove of Bobrovsky, who will take no chances here. On the road in Toronto. Matthews, Tavares, Marner on the ice with Riley and Liljegren for Toronto as Reinhart floats it towards Joseph Wall. Reinhart, Lundell, Wolsterinen with Montour and Mark Stahl for Florida. 2 goals in the first for the Panthers. 1 goal in the second for Morgan Riley.
What a play by Montour to keep that puck inside the zone. I mean, he held that line as long as he possibly could, showing great patience.
5:20 left as Bennett comes in with a hard hit that has Morgan Riley collecting himself.
He doesn't hit any other way.
His impact has certainly been felt in this series and here tonight. And there's a drop pass to no one in particular by Liljegren that has Matthews adjusting. It's Bennett stealing the puck. Trying to angle it for Cousins. Instead, it's O'Reilly who flips it to the wall. Tracked after it. Liljegren worked it up the boards for Marner. Inside 5 minutes to play here in the third period. Marner kicks it over for Nylander with a shot, and that one goes wide and rattles all the way down the ice.
Boy, get that puck to go lower, like we talked about, off that pad, and you got a fighting chance for at least a greasy rebound. Missed the net, and it's all the way down.
Nylander with speed to the outside with a shot. He scores! With 4:26 left, William Nylander has tied it at 2.
Brody with a stretch pass. Tavares leads the man. Nylander with a really a bad angle, and the goaltender has been brilliant, somehow gets a little flat on the line, and then his position here, as you can see, he goes down, leaves the top corner wide open. A right-hand shot like Nylander with that big curve on the stick. Easy to hoist that up. And there's the celebratory exuberance for the general manager. But for Nylander, that first attempt, he goes down the right side, and instead of stepping in, he shoots it from distance, misses net, it goes all the way around. And for Nylander, he doesn't make that mistake the second time. He gets in tighter to the goalie and scores short side.
He went 7 playoff games without a goal before he scored in Game 4. He has a crucial goal here in Game 5. Tavares and Brody get the assists, and the Leafs are not done yet. Camp the drop. Lafferty opens up, and he took a hit, but Gudas wound up getting the worst of it as it's cleared to center. Dustin Hall clears it out to center. Cousins has to wait for Tkachuk to clear the zone. That play is offside as Ekblad couldn't time that right. Bobrovsky had stopped 41 of the first 42 shots he had faced. It was the 14th shot of the third period for the Maple Leafs, as they've outshot Florida 14-5 here in the third period. Matthew Tkachuk knocked down. Taken Austin Matthews for Kerfoot. Ekblad stepped up. Keeps it on Toronto ice. Down to the final 3:15 of a 2-2 tie. Played across the ice by Tkachuk. Liljegren for Chari. He just played it away, and it's almost given up in front. Here's a shot by Montour, and a save from Wall. Some sloppy play in the defensive zone for Toronto. Now it's Bunting with a burst of speed. Forsman trying to cut him off. And upended Bunting. Over comes Achari. Met there by Montour. Puck worked its way for Duclair. He and Verhaeghe charge ahead. Liljegren stopped Duclair. Puck rolls towards McCabe. Liljegren gave it up in the neutral zone. It rides up and into the Leaf bench. Stops the clock. 2:37 to go.
You're right in the hunt here, and every save you make gets magnified. And so he has been solid.
Brody takes a hit from Lewis Arena right at center ice. Lundell trying to pull it out of the skates. Tavares gets the ball for Toronto. Energized crowd here at Scotiabank Arena. Approaching 2 minutes left in regulation time. Added in by Lundell. Wall will come out. No pressure from Florida, who's in a change. There have been blowouts in other series here in round 2. Exclusively tight games between the Panthers and Maple Leafs. This is icing against Toronto. Florida won Game 1 4-2. They won Game 2 3-2. They won Game 3 3-2 in overtime. Toronto, a 2-1 win in Game 4, set the stage for tonight.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate as a broadcast team. Berkey, we've had some phenomenal games here in the playoffs.
Yes, we have.
And a rare icing call by Toronto. Well, didn't help them at all.
Here's Nylander with the step. Nylander shot it high and wide, pressured by Mark Stahl.
Henrik Lundqvist said, quit shooting low. Start going high on him.
Here's Barkov, able to pull it away from Matthews. Barkov, Stahl! That one just missed on a tip in front. Barkov steers it into the corner for Duclair. Duclair, minute 35 left. Matthews, Duclair. It's Riley. Lost it on the side of the net. Tapped in front and an active stick by Joseph Wall. Now Montour drags, shoots Wall, an aggressive blocker save at the top of his crease. Led on from Marner. One-on-one against Montour. Marner pulls up looking for a trailer. Marner able to get it for Kerfoot. Here's Kerfoot. Blocked. Bennett broke his stick on the block as Tkachuk settles the puck down. Trying to get to center ice. Trying to get it deep. He does. 1 minute to play here in regulation. Tkachuk and Hall get there together. Achari off the glass and out. It drops down to the skates of Kerfoot. He'll force it in. Ratko Gudas pressured by O'Reilly. Cousins for Tkachuk. Turning, looking. Blocked down by Achari. His shot blocked by Ratko Gudas. Picked up for Cousins. Given off for Bennett. 35 seconds left. Bennett drifting and shooting. It's blocked by Hall, and it winds up in the 30 seconds on the clock. A face-off win by Toronto. This one flipped up. Marner got a piece. No icing here. Mark Stahl keeps it, wraps it. Rolls to Arena with 20. Met there by Yarncrook. Then Shen has it in his skates with 14. Lifted out of the zone with 10. Bouncing puck from Montour. Down went Marner as he and Stahl got tangled up. Here's Reinhart in the final seconds. Down to 3 into the corner. Reinhart kept there. And the goal from William Nylander has forced overtime in Game 5. The Panthers are 3-0 in overtime in this postseason. They won games 5 and 7 against Boston. Game 3, as we just showed you, against Toronto. And the Leafs, that's their only overtime loss. They're 3-1. They won all 3 road games in Tampa in round 1 in overtime. Here's Austin Matthews up ice with Morgan Rielly. Rielly drops it. Yarncrook driving. Yarncrook got the shot away at the last moment, and Bobrovsky kept it out. Marner wins a battle. Gets it out for Matthews. Juggled the puck, and it's Ekblad cruising ahead. Aaron Ekblad will just push this one down to the goal line.
Well, with 11 forwards and 7D, there are some fresh bodies on Toronto. Yarncrook is one of them, only playing 12 and a half minutes so far. That was a great play by number 19.
Ryan O'Reilly lifts it out of the zone. Mark Stahl quickly on for Tkachuk. Lost it to O'Reilly. Here's William Nylander bursting in. Nylander tried to drive straight on through. Quickly out of the zone from Tkachuk. No, kept in by O'Reilly. Nylander turning and looking. His pass was behind McCabe.
Yeah, another example of a great stick, though, by Ryan O'Reilly along the boards. Knocks it out, keeps it in play.
Bennett saw that pass. Cut it off. Tried to get it to Tkachuk. It's just away from him. Gave for Justin Hall. Panthers in a change. Can't maneuvers through center. Sees the red line. Puts it on net. Bobrovsky blocked it away. This one cleared out. Brody has a step to get to it. Pressure from Reinhart coming. Liljegren moves it up the boards. Achari angles it through the neutral zone.
And second period basically change right here. Long change.
Lundell creates a turnover. Comes to it in the corner. Lundell touched it behind. Brody there for Toronto.
Meaning your attention to detail has got to be spot on.
Brody redlining in. The opportunity you take to make a change better be the right one. Matthews had it blow up off his stick as he had just come onto the ice. Marner for Matthews. Lost it. Reinhart will just pitchfork this one in behind Joseph Woll. Here's a steal. Barkov trying to center for Verhaeghe. Off his stick. Loose in front. Cleaned up but not out. Forsling winds and waits. Gives to Barkov. Now Forsling looks again. Tapped down by Verhaeghe and just wide. Marner sends it ahead for Bunting. Matthews driving to the goal. The pass broken up by Forsling. Barkov and Matthews come together. Bunting came out of the corner. Barkov for Verhaeghe. Can't get it out. Bunting to the front. Austin Matthews denied twice by Bobrovsky. Matthews still searching for his first goal of the series. Now 8 shots in the game for Austin Matthews. This one lifted out by Ekblad for the first goal of this game. Back at the 3:31 mark of the first period on the power play for Florida. Verhaeghe will play this one around the glass. To the line, Montour. That one sails by. Stahl protecting the puck on the outside. Stahl followed it up. It's there in the skates of Tkachuk. Tkachuk stumbling. Rims it around for Montour. Brandon Montour snaps it wide. That one hit the apron off the backboards. Cave trying to clear. Nylander will come to it. Montour shut down the exit. Montour taps it on for Tkachuk. Driving is Bennett. Tkachuk put it across the goal mouth. Cousins moved it deeper. Justin Hall is there. Cousins gloved it down the line. Cousins worked it away from Nylander. Montour shot into the glove of Joseph Woll. Here in overtime, 47 in the game. Mahura shot blocked by Kerfoot. Kerfoot up ice with Lafferty. Sam Lafferty driving. Lafferty stops. Rebound followed up. Kerfoot put it into the crease. Pushed away by Mahura. And Kerfoot stripped Mahura. Kerfoot for Camp. Camp Out for Brody. Wrist shot blocker save Bobrovsky. Making sure that one wasn't going to find the net. Liljegren serves it around. Can't met there by White. Falling up Mahura. Trying to clear. White's down on his backside as the puck comes from Camp to Riley. Morgan Riley over for Shen. Shen with a shot blocked by Dolphy, and it winds up in the Leafs bench. Off the draw, Marner swings it behind the net. Coming around Lewis Arena. Shen for Yarncroke. And then Marner. Chance for Marner at the side of the net. Put it in front out of the reach of Matthews. Coming over is Reinhart. Cleared ahead for Lundell. Lundell left side. Anton Lundell. Shot, no problem for Rowe. Lundell and Riley. They made 18 saves in the second period, allowing the Toronto Maple Leafs to get back into the hockey game. He stopped all 7 in the third period, allowing them to force overtime. So far, so good for Joseph Woll in overtime. 2 goals he allowed came in the first period. Mark Stahl, wrapped up by O'Reilly. Montour looking over his options as he cruises up ice. Snapped it to the tape of Barkov. Carter Verhaeghe with a shot. That one ricochets across, and Nylander kept it from getting through for Duclair.
I don't think Woll saw where that puck went after that shot by Verhaeghe.
Carter Verhaeghe taking a look. He ripped it across the ice. Played by Duclair. Duclair for Forsling. Forsling down. Ekblad tried to angle it towards the net. Angled it right off his own shin pad. And then Hall couldn't clear as Barkov closed on him. Nylander moves it along for O'Reilly. Ekblad high in the air from center ice. It'll drop down in the slot. Verhaeghe settles it. Tkachuk taking a look. Tkachuk tried to sneak in the wraparound try, and his legs went out from under him. Verhaeghe stops Matthews from clearing at first. Now it's out of the zone, and Nylander had to go through him. Couple of chances around the Toronto net. We play on. Stahl wanted Tkachuk. Poke to Cousins. Then for Bennett. Bennett in the slot. Couldn't get the shot away. Bennett stays on it. Mark Stahl feeds it down. Tkachuk with Brody on it. And Liljegren and Cousins kicked down for Bennett. Bennett to the net. Never got there. Brody stopped it. Elevates it. And a foot race for it. Stahl turned it around, but Marner over for Matthews. Austin Matthews rifled it high, wide, and then out of play. Kerfoot wins it cleanly. Morgan Riley taking a look, taking a shot, but Bobrovsky the save. Montour pushed the rebound away from the net, but Kerfoot on it for the Leafs. Wrapped around towards Shen. Shen looks over, broken up by Lundell. Race for the puck, Lewis Arena trying to get there. Shen got there just a step ahead. A good read by Lundell. Almost creating an opportunity for Florida.
He's really the only defenseman that gets shots through from that point, from Toronto's point of view.
Panthers had that face-off. Campy struggled in that department. Couldn't win it, but he made the play to get the puck back under Toronto control. On Stahl. Just ahead of Carter Verhaeghe. Campbell will dump it in, stopped by Barkov. Towards Verhaeghe, kept from him by Liljegren. Puck free now for Mark Stahl. Montour snapped ahead. Barkov couldn't get it in on the first try. Second effort, lost in the skates of Ryan O'Reilly. This one batted out of play by Brody.
Inside the zone, I think.
And every...
Yes, sir, guys. Yeah, here's the... Yeah, they had a real good huddle there. They had input from the 2 linesmen. All 4 guys had sight lines on that. And they obviously, on the replay, they've come to the right decision.
I mean, so difficult to see it. It took us a super slow-mo to see whose blade that is. For them to make that call is absolutely incredible. It's the accurate call. It is the right call. It's maybe not the spirit of the rule, but it's in midair. He just kind of flings at it right out of play.
Last night, the Carolina Hurricanes punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference Final. The power play goal in overtime on a delay of game puck over glass penalty. Here's Barkov with a shot. Rebound, Tkachuk! Can't get it to go! They jockey forward, it's loose again. Montour drags it out near the line. Montour to Barkov. Barkov across. A good stick by Marner. Power play for Florida is 1 for 1 in the hockey game.
What a keep in by Bennett.
Barkov couldn't handle the pass on the try from Reinhart. Marner comes over. Tkachuk keeps it moving for Bennett. Bennett for Montour. Montour slows it down, opens it up. Bennett waits, shoots, save Wall, rebound loose behind the net. Matthew Tkachuk reloads it. Montour, Bennett, quick shot, blocked in front by McCabe, and he clears. Bobrovsky out of his crouch in a hurry. Maple Leafs able to sneak 2 players off. 2 have to stay. Montour cranks it around. Settled by Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk drifting to the goal line. Set up on the perimeter as it comes to Bennett. Now Montour to Barkov. Barkov with a quick shot. Tkachuk got a piece, so did Wall, and it winds up out of play. Montour, Barkov, Tkachuk, Bennett, and Reinhart as they get control of the faceoff. Barkov to the net. It's blocked down by McCabe. Coming around, Reinhart can't grab it. Ryan O'Reilly will skate with it, shorthanded for Toronto. He'll push it down the boards around Montour.
2 former teammates in Buffalo. Just a stronger stick from Ryan O'Reilly to get that puck away from Reinhart.
Montour taking his time. Barkov will carry it with 23. He enters with a pass, return from Bennett. Barkov around. Tkachuk trying to get there. Instead, it's Martin. Tkachuk frees the puck. Hands off here for Reinhart. Now Tkachuk through his skates. Puck loose, side of the net. Reaching for it. Reinhart shot, save Wall. 8 seconds left on the power play. Montour loads up a shot. That one sails just wide with Tkachuk taking away the eyes of Wall. 2 seconds and 1 out of the box comes Brody. Out of the pileup comes Justin Hall. And he works it down the ice. The puck out of play. Penalty against Brody is erased by the penalty killer. 3 saves for Joseph Wall during the 2-minute man advantage. Nylander carrying it deeper into his own zone. Moves it over for Morgan Riley. The pass was behind Matthews, and he's able to flip it into the zone. Gustav Forsling flips it up and out, and it could be a 3-on-2 here. Lundell for Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe waits, then shoots. It's blocked by Riley. It landed out near the blue line. Forsling kept it in. Tipped down by Duclair and off the pad of Wall. Not sure if that would have counted, but Wall made the save regardless. Verhaeghe stopped the clearing attempt from Riley. Duclair with the puck. Circles the net. Anthony Duclair powers out high. Leaves it for Forsling. Kick to his stick. Goes down to Verhaeghe. Eric Stahl on the far post. And this is Nylander with a chance to get it out. Race for the puck. Could be icing. And it's called.
It's not, but
Barkov will put it out there anyway. Wins the face-off. Clear out to center ice. And Barkov came back in. Lost the puck. John Tavares moves it on for Yarncrook. Ryan O'Reilly and Mark Stahl come together. O'Reilly centers. Tavares in the backhand. That one rolls wide. Carter Verhaeghe, the overtime hero from Game 7 against Boston, out there opposite John Tavares, the overtime hero from Game 6 against Tampa.
Lewis to watch the game, support his brother.
8:35 left in overtime. Ekblad trying to play that puck with his glove. Bennett is able to get it through for Tkachuk, and now Cousins throws the brakes on, hands off for Sam Bennett. Bennett between his skates, defended by Hall. Puck wrapped up along the boards. Matthews and Cousins throwing Hall and Bennett. Tkachuk comes in, and he comes away with the puck. Matthews on him. Tkachuk's pass to Ekblad. Forced down for Bennett. Hall cut it off. Cousins there. And Cousins for Ekblad. That shot hit the stick shaft of Bunting and jumps over the glass. Toronto able to tie it. Dalby for Montour. The slot off the skate of White. Comes to Eric Stahl with a turning shot that found the glass. A lot of traffic there in front of Wall, who didn't seem to move. Now Achari gets to the puck first for Toronto. Achari for Shen. Shen handles, stops, waits, shoots. Lots of bodies in front. White has to get rid of it. Hard hit from Achari. Achari's momentum carried him into Luke Shen and knocked him over too.
Carey's just so well schooled. He knows the red line, the most important line on the ice in that sequence. He tries to eliminate before he gets there for maybe a potential icing play.
Nylander, center ice it in. Yarncrook turns, puck in his skates. Calle Yarncrook behind for Nylander. William Nylander looking it over for Brody with a shot. It was tipped by Tavares, and Bobrovsky got a piece.
It was labeled. The first shot, the original shot by Brody was labeled.
Reinhardt ahead, bouncing puck, stopped in the neutral zone. Nylander scored the game-tying goal in the third. Nylander's cut back, lost an edge. Radko Gudas went right over the top of him. And this one went high in the air, bounced away, and now it's Lundell. Backhanded on net. Wall put a rebound out in front, but it's collected by Tavares. Center ice it in. 6.5 to go here in the first overtime. Next goal wins. Justin Hall plays it around.
Oh, why would they shoot that at the net?
And Marner parked out in front. He's still there with Ekblad. Now it's Hall from the goal line. Justin Hall wraparound try. Came all the way through and out of the zone.
Well, that's why he didn't shoot it. He wanted the wraparound goal.
You normally see defensemen score on wraparound, though.
Not usually.
A bad flip by Ekblad, but it's Barkov who got it out. A diving effort by Austin Matthews. Puck pinballed around him. Verhaeghe came away with it. Carter Verhaeghe rips one. It glanced off the far post. Duclair overskated by Verhaeghe. Comes through and it's Barkov. Barkov's shot. That one changed directions and wound up off the glass. Montour moves it towards Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe to Duclair. Shot blocked by Matthews. Forsling will settle it down. Carter Verhaeghe has 3 career overtime goals, all of them on the road. 2 of them are series clinchers. Winning Game 7 against Boston this season. They won the series for Florida in the first round last year against Washington. This one rolling off the stick of Liljegren. No way with it in his own end. Brody. Tapped in by Kerfoot. Now Lafferty, met by Forsling. Sam Lafferty turns away from Bennett. Forsling came over, batted out of the air by Bennett. Brody on the keep-in. Glove down by Lafferty. Bennett was right there. Played it for Tkachuk and now Cousins. Leafs were trying to make a change, cannot. Cousins rims it around. Tkachuk put the pressure there on Liljegren. Stolen center. Came to Liljegren. He'll escape. Liljegren. Now for Achari. Achari shot to the front and Gudas stopped him before it got there. Couple of Leafs collide and the Panthers have numbers up ice. Radko Gudas going to the net. Cousins waits, drags, shoots, scores! Game winner! Series clincher! Nick Cousins and the Panthers are moving on!
An incredible moment for this coaching staff in Florida. And the Panthers will advance to the conference finals. Turnover down deep. A good play by Radko Gudas to cut that off. And then I thought at this point here, Cousins was going to drop it to Bennett. He's the late man looking for the one-timer. Cousins doesn't do that. And look at Radko Gudas go to the front of the net, cause a disturbance, and allow Cousins to score on a beautiful wrist shot right there.
First career playoff overtime goal for Nick Cousins, his second goal of the series. And this incredible run for the Florida Panthers continues on to the Eastern Conference Final. First they took down the Boston Bruins, and now they have beaten the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Just a gritty, resilient group. There's Jamie Compound with the hero, Nick Cousins, and the handshakes will take place. A lot of friends on various teams and friendships along the way. This was a heavy battle here, and only one win for the Maple Leafs. A 4-1 series win with Sasha Barkov and the Florida Panthers. Unreal.
Second trip in franchise history to the Eastern Conference Final. The only other time in 1996 when they lost in the Stanley Cup Final. Austin Matthews held scoreless in the series. Nick Cousins scored twice, including the clincher. Just his 4th career playoff goal in 42 games.
It's such euphoria on one side, and obviously, you know, the pain of losing, I mean, just is reverberating through this building right now. I mean, you celebrate the win, and if you look at the guys now shaking hands, and there's Austin Matthews with so much pressure on Austin. One more year left on his deal is it with Toronto. Matthew Tkachuk, a Hart Trophy finalist.
How about Sergei Bobrovsky and what he has done for this Florida Panthers team? Started round one on the bench, came in and orchestrated the 3-1 comeback against Boston, and he was outstanding. 51 saves